in the team that also supports Wolfgang. So we've got a great show in store for you. We have a lot of items on sale tonight, including our next one. I do want to give you a quick update. If you want the gunmetal in the today's special, we've now sold over 3,000 sets in just those first few minutes of this hour. The gunmetal is going to be the first to sell out, okay? So the gunmetal is selling second fastest and will be the first to sell out. That's that darker silver hematite almost color. Just want to give you a quick update. All right, guys, so here we go. Let's talk about this. Oh my gosh, so Wolfgang originally did a beautiful immersion blender, and it was literally one single piece with a couple of attachments to it, and it's one of the most successful things we've ever offered on the air, flat out, when it comes to an appliance. Then he decided to come out with the ultimate immersion blender that takes the idea of immersion blending to a completely crazy, different, and very versatile level. There is nothing we have in stock on HSN that does what this can do. It's literally a 7-in-1. You get everything you see here, from doing the most gorgeous smoothies to literally slicing and dicing your vegetables, and virtually everything in between you're getting in this one single kit. Now here's the big deal tonight. Retail's $129. Our price was $100. 100% worth it. This thing is one of the most versatile things you'll ever see. And look at the beautiful size of this, so you can really make a big meal for the gang. We have it on clearance price for $59.95 while they last. I've got a couple different colors available. Do I have all four? I don't think I do. I do? Oh, good. All right, blue, last call. We have red you're seeing here. We have black, and we also have a white that's available. The blue, I only have 120 now remaining. So Miriam, what do you think? 7-in-1. This is a workhorse.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I love it, because isn't it the prep that always stops us, right? You're driving home, if you're like me, you're starving. We're both salty girls, I just found out.
Yes,
I'm a pastry chef, but I do not have a sweet tooth at all.
Love salt.
But I'm starving, and you know, you've got that window where you're like, oh, what's for dinner? Or I'm gonna be into the bag of chips. But when you can have something that lickety-split does all of that chopping, the dicing, the shredding, and it gets that prep done first, you're like, okay, I got this. I'm gonna make dinner, I'm gonna try to be more healthful. I struggle with my weight, I know so many of you do too. And when you can have something that takes that drudgery out of getting the meal prep done, best friend.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, so let's show them how it works.
Sure. So what I've got in this one, this is that 12-cup bowl. I love this guy. So right now we've got it in the processing bowl, and I've got it set up with a dicing attachment. If the price for this, Suzanne, is more than what we're asking for right now. Just that dicing blade, if you were to try to buy it, it's crazy. I'll show you as soon as we're done. So in this goes, and then my buttons to turn it on are right here. There's a high and a low, and then you can toggle this guy to go high or low. But watch this fall. It comes out in the most perfect dice that I would never be able to do with a knife.
Oh, wow.
And it's so fast doing it.
Oh my gosh.
If Wolfgang were standing here and asked me to dice this for him quickly, I would probably cry.
Like how many hours later?
Right? Because, you know, who wants to have the drudgery of doing that? But this piece is so, so cool. It's got the dicing blade that attaches to this. So first it cuts and then pushes it down through to make this. Look. See, that's what I mean. It's so beautiful. And we want beautiful food. Can you imagine this in a salsa or in a cucumber salad?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And that consistency is so important when you're cooking.
And you know
the
the
more
machine did all the
consistent it
work.
is, the better results you get.
Yeah.
And again, me trying to chop that plate,
forget it.
Oh my gosh.
I'd hack it up, right?
You know what I've done in the past with onions? I've just skipped the onions, just because I can't cut them. Oh yeah, of course I have in recipes, which is horrible to admit, but it's just like, really hand chopping them? I don't think so. All right, now this is just one of 7 things this little mighty guy can do.
And that's the cool thing. This is your power hub, and it is that 400 watt. Wait, feel the motor, just the motor. Oh, I'm sorry, you've already got pepper mills.
Oh my God, that's
I know, it's so cool.
Yeah.
So that's your motor that powers all the parts that go to this. So, you know, it's gonna be the holidays soon, and the best part about it for me are the mashed potatoes. But it's not cool if they're lumpy, and it's not cool if it takes all day to do them. So you're gonna boil your potatoes, however you normally do. You're gonna add some salt, and then whatever the fattiest thing that you're adding, you always wanna add first so that it coats the potatoes. That helps them not get gluey. Okay. And then this is what you want. This is like Wolfgang's potato ricer.
Yeah,
but
it's the handheld ricer.
Electric. So you wanna always use slow power, and watch, as soon as it passes through, it's rice.
Look at that. Oh my gosh, did you guys see how fast that was?
I would pay this just to have this.
No
There's
kidding.
no lumps in this. And watch, it's just one button. Just watch.
And that's
Done.
on low.
Yeah.
Okay,
you want to use the low speed.
Crazy good.
As soon as it goes through.
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous.
I know. Seriously, Wolfgang thinks of everything. And if you know how passionate he was about mashed potatoes, too.
Oh, he loves
in the
mashed
restaurant,
potatoes.
the longest recipe of all the savory ones, the longest recipe of all.
Yeah.
Because he wants them to be perfect.
Well, and I love it because of this rice here specifically, it makes them much fluffier. Like if you use standard and just mushing it with a fork or something, you just don't get this fluffiness. I love because that specifically almost aerates it. It kind of adds some air to it. So it makes them really creamy and smooth.
And this is what this part looks like now that I've got it all I've covered with potatoes. It's so cool. It's just got a little gear that doesn't go too fast. You don't want to cut the potatoes too fast. And then it passes through this ricer. So if it was an avocado, if you're making baby food, anything like that, it's just going to turn out great.
Look how good those look too.
I know, right?
Gosh, yes, they look so delicious, especially right in time for the holidays. All right, let me give you a quick update on this one too. The red is the most popular. We have black, we have white. The blue is the most limited, and Marion's been working with the blue right now. There's less than 150 remaining. Here's what's cool. Look at the 5 flex pay on this. This is fun. It's about $12, and remember, it's a 7-in-1. We've literally shown you 2 out of the 7 features so far. So we've got a lot more to go, and we've got about 7 minutes.
All right, here we go. I gotta show you everything. So if you have a new baby in your family, maybe it's a grandchild, or, you know, at the beginning of our life and at the end, we need foods that are more pureed. And if you're taking care of a parent or grandparent and they need food that's more broken down, this is perfect. Why? Because it lets you not have to purchase a special food. It lets you take the natural foods that you're already making for your family and turn them into a form that's acceptable for the younger or older alike. But this is the one that comes with it. This is the Beaker. I've got just organic peas and some water, and you're just gonna buzz. And this is so powerful. When it gets down to the bottom of this, it'll literally just pick up the whole darn thing.
Oh my God.
It's a really powerful motor, and the blades on it are super sharp. So this could be a smoothie. This could be some homemade ice cream that you wanted to make. But to make baby food or to make a puree, even like something for yourself, like a butternut squash puree. Seconds. And then what's so cool is this goes right under your sink. Boom, cleanup's done.
Clean it up, yes. And that's really what the original immersion blender was. It was literally looked like that, and it had a couple attachments.
And, yeah, that's all.
And then
it
went to this big grand scale that gives you a 7-in-1 capabilities in one immersion blender. And what I like too is the immersion blender itself. That base fits into a drawer real easily. Everything kind of stacks together, all the extra pieces. So we've seen 3. Now, if we're gonna do this, I'm gonna take 1 second.
Sure.
We have 5 minutes to go. Let's go over everything they get in case we don't get to every last demo. So show them everything you can do in this 7-in-1 design.
Okay. 12-cup processor. It has the dicer built in, that one that we just showed you. But it also comes with your standard S-blade. S-blade means the things that would make pizza dough, that would do a lot of kneading, things like that. And then it also comes with another attachment that does slicing and shredding. So here's your slicing. So imagine doing a whole bunch of cucumbers, potatoes, things like that. And then here's your shredding disc. That pops in and out of here. This is the cleaning tool for the dicer to push that last little one through. This is the Beaker. They all have the little rubber foot so that it doesn't slide on your counter. The wand, oh my goodness, I would pay the price just to have that as well.
No kidding.
And then that masher, mashed potatoes, the best ones of your life. When they don't have lumps, they're perfect. And that comes with it. Oh, and that's the oversized balloon whisk.
Yeah, you get a whisk too.
That's what I was gonna show you
It does, and it's interesting because think about it this way. It blends, it whisks, it chops, it slices, it shreds, it mashes, it dices. There's never been an immersion blender on the air here at HSN that does as many things it can do. And honestly, if you just bought it just for what you're doing right now, just simply using it with some of the base tools, it's 100% worth it at $59.95. Now, something you have to remember, this is basically half off, almost half off, right? No, a little under half off. When these are gone, that's it. You will not get another opportunity. It is a special clearance price. And if you are starting out or you know someone who's starting into their new home without many kitchen tools, think of how many tools this is going to replace. Really, Mary, when you think about that, think of all the clutter and all the appliances you would need to match what this set can do.
And if you're doing keto, a lot of people are, and you know there's a lot of cream in that. I know, right? A lot of cream in that type of lifestyle. Whipping the cream is so easy with that oversized balloon whisk.
Gosh, that's delicious.
right in that beaker that comes with, right? It takes seconds.
Also, I want to point out too, we have a really cool book. It's called Immersion Blender and Food Processing Recipes by Miss Marion. She's written actually over 30 cookbooks. 30!
And
I
thank
didn't
you
realize
for
it was so
purchasing them.
many.
I know,
She's
right?
created this one so you can take this idea of immersion and really make some cool, easy recipes too, and really
like
fan
easy.
favorites.
I do, and I learned from you being such smart customers asking for more and saying, please don't make them too complicated. And it's been a fun process, and really, all those books are because you're such great shoppers. Thank you for buying them.
I love it. So we've got that available, guys. There's 82 recipes in this book that'll really kind of blow your mind, and they're really easy to make, and they're fan favorites. Like, everybody will love them when you make them. So please ask about that if you're picking this up. Why would I need this at home? Why does this make a great gift?
Even if you hate dishes, that's why you buy it. Why? Because look, instead of taking this batch after batch to the blender came to the pot, and then look, this, you just put it under the faucet to wash it. So this little guy, or imagine putting this in the dishwasher instead of the gigantic blender.
Right.
It saves time,
Great
and it
point.
does a beautiful job of a puree, and so many things. No restaurant would be without one. In the restaurant, we affectionately call this kind of an appliance a boat motor. They're almost as tall as me, and they cost a lot of money, but they do the same thing.
Right.
They really do.
But also, too, I think they just create a finished product that's so delicious. It's very different than trying to hand whip something or trying to mash something by hand or with a fork. It just creates a much more smoother, richer experience. Now, remember, this unit specifically does everything from making the best darn smooth smoothie to literally dicing all your vegetables and basically everything in between. This is another one I think really speaks to how durable this is, because you're using a softer cheese here.
Oh, yeah, and you know, the cheddars are the stickiest, the most hard on a motor as well. But when you purchase it, I know it's easy to buy it in the bag, but if you knew the stuff they put all over every one of those shreds to make it not stick, it's not that it's not great for you, but that goes right back to, do you like the food in your favorite restaurant, like say a cheese pizza? Guarantee you they're grinding their own cheese. Well, when you're buying the stuff that's pre-shredded, that's coated with starch, and all the other things that they have to put on it to make it non-stick, that stuff doesn't taste good. So
right. Well, it almost feels like a waxy coating.
Yeah.
It just, you can taste it almost on your tongue. You're like, oh, what is that wrong with that shredded cheese? Look how beautiful that is.
I know, right?
And you get great consistency, too.
Sure.
This is your sous chef. You know, I would love to have a sous chef float in my kitchen every day. Like, oh, really? You're going to prep everything and all I have to do is cook it? Yay, that would be a good thing. This becomes it. And guys, I really want you to see how big this is. You get everything you see on the table. It's the lowest price we've ever offered. We have 5 flex pays today. You get every single attachment. I think if you are buying this for maybe a newlywed, maybe it's a wedding gift, this would be wonderful because this replaces a whole lot of stuff that you got stuffed in your drawers and under a cabinet, and all you need is this one collection, and truly you're gonna get one of the most versatile tools in your kitchen you've ever had. If you want the blue that Marion worked with in the very beginning of the demo, there's now about 50 left, so the blue will sell out here in just a couple of seconds. We have the red, we have the black, guys, and we also have a white floating around somewhere. So if you want that pretty clean white, you can get it now. Take advantage of the clearance price though, guys, because once these are sold out, and it very well could happen later today, then these will not be back, and certainly will not be at $59.95. That is such a good price.
Amazing price,
Even
right?
if you just use it for the immersion blending part, it's worth the $59. I think when we did the original immersion blender,